Hello, welcome to the Curator Podcast. This is episode 36. Hi, hello, welcome once again, dear listener, to the Curator Podcast. I am your host, Mark Fraser, and this is episode number 36. So, dear listener, I invite you once again into my world of creative chat, because essentially, if you know it by now, that's what I do. Talk to creative folks about why they're creative, because that interests me, and I hope that by it interesting me, it also interests you. So on this episode, I have an interview with all of the Vantees, not just one of them, not just two of them, but all four of them. And I've got to be honest, it's the first time I've interviewed, well, sorry, that's a lie. It's the second time I've interviewed a whole band. Usually I just do one or two people at a time. So it was interesting. I think it was a good vibe. I had to use a different mic, but it worked out okay. So I'm happy with that, you know. That's sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. They played the QMU recently, supporting a band called White. I don't know if you've heard of a band called White, but White have been going for not as long as many people think. They used to be Cassidy, and now they're a weird sort of hybrid between Simple Minds and David Bowie, which is interesting. But anyway, we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about the Vantees, and the Vantees are a really great band. I'm really enjoying this whole grunge revival thing. I remember back when I was 15, 16, the grunge revival was not even, well, it wasn't even a grunge revival. I remember a lot of magazines at the time calling it post-grunge, because it was like everybody wanted to be like a really shitty version of Alice in Chains, you know, like Puddle of Mud and Stained and all that kind of stuff. And Nickelback, obviously, who could forget Nickelback? The fact that Nickelback and Puddle of Mud are still around today is baffling. And the fact that Nickelback are so big is just, it's insane to me. It's absolutely insane. But, you know, I guess people like popular shit. And I think the Vantees are going to be really popular as well. Their sound is excellent. They've got a really good way with melody. There's almost something about Beach Boys there, about their sort of choruses and the melodies and stuff, which I quite like. It's quite subtle, but if you listen out for it, you'll be able to hear it. But there's a lot of darkness in their music as well, which I think is probably just we talk about it in the podcast. I think that the Scots demeanour has got a hint of darkness about it, even though not necessarily talking about dark subjects. I just think there's a really kind of dark sense of humour. I've talked about this before. I talked about this before in a podcast with Alan Bissett about what was called the Caledonian anti-syzygy. And that was a literary term for those who believed that Scots essentially had a split personality in the way they approached writing or art more generally. Of course, the anti-syzygy basically was all about this idea of being both Scottish and British, but I think as a wider concept it also works out pretty well. I mean, there's no mistaking the fact that a lot of art by Scots is sort of got that whole Jekyll and Hyde feel to it, and you know, so yeah, interesting thoughts. Anyway, the Vantees are an awesome band, and I was really, really chuffed to have a chance to talk with all four of them. Their EP, Laguna Babe, is also fucking awesome. I'm going to play you a song from that before we go into the interview, so I hope you enjoy it. This song's called Growler.
I'm not the girl I'm here with the whole band here. It's like the second ever time I've interviewed the whole band.
Yeah.
Usually it's just like one or two people. It's everybody.
Well, poor you've got to put up with us.
How are you guys doing? Are you guys excited for the show?
We're so excited.
Mega psyched.
We've all been like giddy all day.
Giddy, especially the sound check of Whitewater did giddy, weren't we?
Yeah, they're sounding amazing.
They're really awesome.
I've not been at a gig in here for a long time.
Oh, that's the same as me. Last time I was here, it was Passion Pit a good few years ago, and that's when, is it Ellie Goulding supported?
No, it's Churches.
Churches?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, it's Churches.
Sorry, the first time we've seen Churches for
Churches, yeah.
It must have been a lot of, man, when they were a small band.
Yeah, but they were really good. But then I recognised the name when they got really big. I was like, oh my god, I've actually seen them before.
Mm-hmm.
I knew them before they were big.
Yeah, totally indie.
That's totally hipster.
Yeah, it's,
I know. I don't.
yeah, that's true.
So I guess that this podcast is about creativity and passion. So it's kind of all about musical origin stories, I guess, and why you guys do what you do.
Okay.
So it could take a while, but it's fine. So just I wanted to start with a question I like to always start off with is, when did you first realise you were going to be musical people? And you can answer it all together at once so that I can't make out a single word if you're really bad. Or if you do it one at a time.
Yeah, I think different stories, probably. I didn't know I was actually musical at all until I joined the choir. And then I wasn't so good, so I wasn't allowed to join the choir anymore. So then I actually started playing a musical instrument. My dad had a wee bass guitar sitting somewhere in the loft, started playing it. That's when I was into like Red Hot Chili Peppers at the time, and I totally loved Flea so much. And then I actually learned how to slap bass, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then I got to join music again, so yeah, that's when...
I don't know if I've ever met anybody whose Flea's been responsible for that musical.
Yeah, I started off, but now I'm a guitarist, so I don't know.
Was that a lasting impression?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but I don't know. Me and Hannah was used to play in the bedroom.
Yeah, we're twins.
We're twins,
I can't
really?
I
know.
It's for everyone out there.
But my mum and dad hated us so much, we weren't really allowed to play anymore in our room. So we had
They hated us playing
music.
Just to clarify that.
So
No, I don't know, we've always kind of played music. We've always listened to music since we were like little girls. We asked for a guitar, well, in your case bass, for like our 14th birthday, and it kind of just escalated from there really, just through obviously doing higher music at school. And then I didn't start properly writing until I was just before 18, and the first band that properly got me into wanting to start writing and like obviously performing was, I don't know if you know the band First Aid Kit. Like it's two sisters from Sweden, I think it is, and the harmonies are beautiful. Like, I went down to see Jack White in Brixton and seen them, and I was like, well, it's something I really want to do, and it made a lasting impression. So that for me was kind of the root of where and how it started for me anyway. I don't know about these guys.
Yeah, I mean, First Aid Kit was like definitely a big inspiration for me. But I mean, my family's very, very musical. Always have been. Like, anytime the family's all together, there's always someone who has a guitar. So I guess I kind of grew up around it. I think it was maybe when I was 13. I got a guitar for my birthday, same time as my aunt. And it was like a competition.
Was it like an aunt off with a guitar?
Yeah, so it's like to see who'd like learn.
Yeah, come round for dinner, and you secretly knew it was like, bitch, you're going down with the guitar.
Yeah,
that's when you secretly
so it was
knew
like, who's going to learn guitar the quickest? And I don't think she ever picked up the guitar.
Well, probably because you threw her, like, you definitely won it that then.
I won the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Because now I'm still playing.
I think Sean's just always played drums,
I come from a family of non-musicians, but I've been hitting things since age 3.
We've got photographic evidence. Sean's got a photo of him with his little Mickey Mouse drum kit.
Yes, it's like anger management for Sean.
Yeah.
It's really weird because I'm not from a musical family either, so like it's one of those things. I'm like, where does it even come from?
I
Adopted.
It's cool to think about, like, what actually made you think, when am I going, like, you know.
It's that moment that I like. That's why I do the podcast. I like to hear, because I'm a musician myself. I like to hear how other people started, and cause you can only ever really experience music only on your own, obviously. So like, I like finding out why people started.
Yeah, it's really interesting to think about.
It's harder to answer the younger you start, because it's difficult to remember being that age, you know. But
can you not remember? Well, you can obviously remember. Some of you guys can remember like the first time you decided you wanted to be in a band. But like I can maybe because I'm a bit older, I can trace it back to like when I was 12 and I heard Pretty Fly for a White Guy by Offspring.
I think that was everyone's kind of
that or what?
And I was like, Dad, buy me that album. When I was 12.
Someone else buy me.
Yeah. I still have that record. It's scary.
Offspring was such a good band.
Have you seen that bad? They're playing a Bad Religion tickets like £35.
Or Glasgow?
Yeah.
No way.
It's in the Academy, I think.
When?
Academy.
Must go, must.
May, I think.
I wouldn't class them
yeah,
as an
yeah.
academy.
I'm absolutely going to take it for that if it's Bad
Yeah.
Religion.
Really?
I mean, I know they're, but I don't know. I was thinking like Garage or something. No, don't
The
know.
Offspring.
Ah.
They're still quite big.
Yeah, they're
I
kind
know
of
there's
bigger
some.
than
I just
that.
mean like. No, okay.
No, Bad Religion are a really big band. They're old now as well.
Yeah.
Yes, be like
Well, so the Offspring, like the guys are pushing 50.
Yeah.
Widows must be plus 50. Like that guy's been playing
They were
guitar since.
pretty old when they did that. Like they looked kind of on their way out. Like
They
when they were
started in the early
Yeah,
years.
album.
Great.
So I guess that kind of leads to the next question: is where did the creativity come from then? Like, did it come from the same moment when you realised you wanted to play music, or was it like, well, or was it before that you realised you wanted to make shit, or?
To be honest, I don't even know. I think
Ah.
whatever we do, it just maybe is creativity. Like,
kinda
no matter what,
happen.
what
Yeah.
you play.
all that we do, and in a sense, all that anyone does when it comes to music is kind of creative in itself. And I don't think you can really pinpoint a certain, like, where was I, what time was it when I decided to do it. It's just, I think in yourself you have to have a sense of kind of creativity in order to kind of pursue anything. Like, not saying you need to be, talentless or, not creative to do it, but I think for us anyway, we've always been like kind of in touch with our kind of creative side, whether it's
Yeah.
like making things, doing things, listening to certain things, and as for me anyway, it's difficult to pinpoint where it came
Because
from.
creativity is massive, isn't it? Like, I think I'm creative in the kitchen when I bake my
That's what I was going to
cakes.
say. I get creative when I'm cutting my toast. I cut it in weird
Toast.
shapes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a kind of hard one. For me, I think a lot of my friends, they were all in bands, so like they'd all tell me about like their like writing this song, and for me, I was like, that's really cool. And like I've always had a kind of creative side. Like I'm not into numbers and stuff. It's more making stuff. But like friends, I guess.
It's that creative drive that makes me feel restless. I just wondered if you guys kind of felt the same.
Yeah, you're just like I want to make something.
Yeah,
do
the
something.
leg's always going, it's always shaking. It's like there's something wrong with you, man. There's so much anxiety there. What's going on? So I guess let's just skew it into something else, which might be quite interesting. I suppose is it's not. I've done some research. You haven't done a lot of interviews, but you've done some interviews. So I did do my research.
Wow.
Because I'm not going to be a guy that rocks in and goes, so, hey guys.
What's the band name
So
again?
So apparently that happens. People are like, yeah, so I'll maybe turn up for an interview and the guy will be like, yeah, so you are. That's a really great start. Thank you very much for that. But you guys have been asked the influences question, and I hate the influences question, so I'm not going to ask it.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. So
But
many.
I'm going to ask songwriters specifically you look up to.
Oh,
Okay.
I love Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam. It's my favourite songwriter of all time. Jim Morrison, obviously, it's another one. I think the Whole Doors actually with Robbie Krieger, is a great guitarist. Ray Manzarek, great. Kind of John Dexter, great drummer. The Whole Doors, definitely songwriters are amazing. But for me, Eddie Vedder, probably from Pearl Jam.
More
So
grunge stuff.
yeah, definitely.
For me, I love Ty Segall. He's very good in what he does. He's just like I never really for me he was what I want to play. This is like for me the songs that I write kind of are pretty much influenced from like a kind of Californian bands and all that. And for him, he's mental. If you've seen him on stage, he's just so full of life, and like the music kind of reflects that as well. And for me, that's kind of someone I look up to and like, wow, that's something I want to do. And I really be mad and creative and play out of tune, and it still sounds good for some reason, but it's just having like a hell of a good time whilst playing good tunes.
I know. Do you know what? Same with Wolf Alice. I just listen to every single one of the songs, and I'm just like, this is all great. Like, I wish I was in their band.
Not a bad tune.
There's not
Moving
got.
band.
Like,
Alright, okay.
sorry.
Very good.
Just if there's a vacancy, I'm telling you right now. I'm just putting it out there. No, but every single one of their songs is very meaningful, and it's just so powerful as well as like you can go about it, like just dance about it.
I only had those guys recently, actually. I've
Really?
never heard them before.
That's a
until,
really
last
good
week.
band.
Oh really?
Yeah.
If someone honestly asked me, give me a band to listen to, that will be always my answer just now. Like, especially within the past few years, Will Ballads are just
album's great.
Even like their previous EPs as well that they brought out, it's amazing, and the album was especially good. Great songwriters.
But you guys, who do you look
I
up
don't know,
to?
from a songwriter's point of view, I'd say Omar Rodriguez Lopez is one of my favourites, and Bjork.
Bjork. Oh,
she's
she's
a real
cool.
influence.
Typical drummer answer, just utterly mental musicians.
I don't really have any favourites, I don't think. Just like, I just like to take bits
Yeah.
from like different kinds of music, I guess. I don't really have a
I think
favourite.
Nina Simone, she's pretty good as well. There's like something magic about her. Just always when you listen to her.
Sunday day listening, I think, in the song, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, are you a man? Are you a woman? I don't know.
But I'm liking it.
I like it.
I'm liking it.
It's good.
I was just wondering, like, the whole grunge stuff. I've interviewed Pinact and I've interviewed June from Longs as well.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
good guys. Good
Yeah,
guys.
the whole grunge thing is just like, I remember when Puddle of Mud were like grunge band.
I liked Puddle of Mud.
Like, if you should look at that guy's Wikipedia entry. It's one of the funniest things.
You got Wikipedia?
Yeah.
What?
Like he's been arrested for so much shit, man.
Really? Oh, wow.
It's pretty weird, but yeah, like the grunge thing's coming back, but it's not coming back in that kind of really derivative way. Like
It's
you know,
not.
back
It's
in
not.
Puddle of Mud,
Yeah,
it's
no.
just
Alice in
like-
Chains, like, it's not like that at all. It's just like a cool edge grunge.
A
song.
diluted version, isn't
Yeah,
it?
they're very diluted.
Very much diluted.
Whereas a lot of bands are doing it now, like yourselves and stuff like that, are doing like it's much more alt, I guess, alt 90s thing, which was what grunge really was to begin with. It wasn't the whole like Alice in Chains or Soundgarden kind of vibe, you know.
Our hairs are less greasy, I'd
Yeah,
like to think.
and yeah,
A little
more
bit less
conditions, I think.
Less corny love as well, which is
Yeah.
always, in my opinion, always a good thing.
Always a good thing. She was a good gal back in the day.
She's got a lot of attitude, which I like,
Yeah.
but I never thought she was a good songwriter personally. But it's just me, I guess.
Yes,
It's
that's
subjective, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. The reason I bring up the grunge thing is because there's a fair bit of darkness and in your EP.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Like that.
And is that inherent in the kind of songs that the songwriters that you like, or is it just?
I think it just so
a Scottish outlook. Or?
I don't even know.
Everyone seems to think, I live in Scotland, in the doom and gloom. But no, I think we're not exactly, we don't go out our way to write dark songs. It's what
Whatever
happens.
comes at the time.
Especially in that time when...
It's not a bad thing.
No, exactly. I think different times in our life reflect different songs. I mean, when I started writing songs, it was more acoustic, uplifty, whatever. But I think that different things happen in your life. It reflects when you're writing as well, and like some of the things that happened recently that weren't exactly the most happiest times in my life, and that was a good kind of inspiration to write songs. And so happens the song of those EP kind of reflect those moments in my life when stuff wasn't really going my way, and a friend had just recently passed away, so it's kind of stuff like that. But I think it just depends on what's going on in your life around the time you're writing. It kind of seems a bit dark, but you're always going to get a bit of darkness when you're kind of grungy, aren't you? You're always...
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I was going to say, because the music in itself is not that dark, but it's mostly lyrical content, which for me, like talking to like Corey and you, and like they were talking about how Elliott Smith was like a huge thing in terms of the way that they approach songwriting, because it's like everything sounds really happy, but he really is going to kill himself.
Yeah.
You know, that inherent darkness you kind of get, you know.
I'm not going to kill myself anytime soon.
Please
or not.
That would be a total bummer.
It would. They mean they're not going to replace a better guitarist than me.
Yeah,
so.
you're kind of the best in the band, so please don't.
So you guys have been getting a bit of buzz as well, which is pretty
How do you
cool.
think so?
Well, aye. What's that been like?
See, I think we're all really preoccupied with other things in our lives to really kind of I fully appreciate.
Were we not talking about that in the car coming up here? Like
we were just like how obviously Joanne's full time in her work, and Sean's got his job as well, and Chloe's obviously like she's going to be a nurse, and I'm still in my last year at uni. So we're all kind of, as much as we love like dedicating our time to the band, it's kind of it's really difficult sometimes. So sometimes we ignore kind of the good things that come off of it. And see when it's people like yourself that come up that you're doing so well and stuff, it's like, oh right, that's really nice. And it's like only then we realise how good it is. Like
I think like certain things, like when we're playing Teen Park, that was a bit surreal.
That was
really surreal.
And so like when you're doing big festivals like that you've gone to as a kid, and you're kind of like, oh.
But at the
How
same,
did this
but at the
happen?
same time, the bus at the time, and then next week we're back at work. It's just like
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
to
did that
real
really
life
happen?
now.
Real life dance.
It was a damper, but you know what? It was so good. But yeah, it's great to see other people are enjoying our music just as much as we are.
There's lots of bands out there that do the whole full-time job thing and just go on tour every so often. Like Narwhals, for example, are a good example of that. Like Tom works as like a mental health worker.
Yes.
And he's on tour like a lot. You know, so it was weird that you brought it up because I was going to ask like how are you find? You said it's quite difficult, but I just wanted to drill in a little bit more to why is it so difficult to try and find that work-life balance sort of thing.
It's just that other things are so demanding. Everything is demanding something of you, and for you, it's more the balance of trying to work out. Okay, I'll give this much time to this much time to that, and it's finding that balance is key to make it work. Because if you're dedicating your time to the band, financially you're suffering. If you're dedicating your time more to work and whatever, you're in a relationship, these things are important. You're kind of losing out on writing and like practicing is the most kind of thing, and so yeah, it is pretty demanding, but finding that balance, I think.
I think we're doing all right so far.
But we're doing
Yeah,
okay.
we're doing
We're doing okay.
I think well, it depends. Like my work's they can be quite good for like giving me time off for things, so that always helps. But it's you can't just like as soon as a gig appears, you can be like, oh, I'm just going to not work that day. Can't quite do that. So it's a bit annoying.
I had a question that's just right in my fucking head. This happens all the time. It's just because I'm getting old. I think.
Stop playing the 30 card.
I've just turned 30. I'm allowed to play it for a couple of months before I turn 31. I think. Fuck. Yeah. So doesn't matter. I'll move on.
Come back.
Oh no, I remember now. Just looking. So do you see the band as being successful so far? How would you know if it's been successful? How would you define that?
Getting gigs, not going out and finding yourself, getting asked to play
Getting
gigs.
asked, I think, is really nice to know that
People buying CDs and merch and things. So
people wearing your t-shirts, I mean, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
when you I actually
pretty
saw
cool.
someone wearing one of our t-shirts. I passed them on the street and they were wearing a Band Tees t-shirt.
Like,
and I was
that's-
like, oh, look
Hey.
at that.
Oh, that's pretty cool in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, just getting, I don't know, like people that are interested in you know, like you're doing something.
yeah, when we're playing, there's like loads of people not door-faced, which
People
is
that are
pretty
moving
good.
their head.
It's really, really kind of like
no,
it.
they're liking things. Yeah.
Gigs have gotten bigger. You have played festivals and stuff. That must have been.
Yeah,
that's obviously
yeah,
an
we're
awesome feeling to know
so
that.
buzzing to start playing festivals again. I think that's one thing.
Yeah, like we really enjoyed the festival season last year.
Yeah.
Got even more this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're lined up. Yeah.
So yeah, you're doing more this year. Then that's good.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Which kind of relates to my next question is: are you getting plans to head out to America after so many bands been playing in?
I don't
not
think
probably not this
year.
year.
but we have had a lot of people on Facebook comment or on our page that said, "Oh, I'm from Philadelphia. When are you coming over to? When you make it stateside?" I'm like, financially, maybe not this year, but definitely next year.
But
Something.
the things there that we do want to go over so bad because a lot of friends are doing the Southwest Festival in New York as well, and it just kind of because Womps are going out to America touring as well, and it's kind of just like, oh my god, that could be us next year.
Yeah, this year is not our year, I don't think, for that, but
Nah.
sooner.
Save up our wee
We'll,
pennies.
Yes.
do our own country first before we eventually
That would be good.
Have you guys any plans to go to Europe?
Again, master our own country.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if there might be a festival or two, maybe abroad.
Kind of see what comes. Like just plan it.
Take it as it comes.
Is
We're
it
going to
awesome to
UK.
go to Europe?
Yeah.
They want to go to Europe because it
Definitely.
sounds awesome.
Yeah, like festivals are massive.
You get treated so well over there. It's a different kind of life over there. Like they adore you if you're in a band. But
You
here
get
it's
paid.
like, yeah, I know you get paid.
Yeah.
The most important thing. But everyone here, oh, you're in a band. That's cool. So are we. You know,
Aw,
we know
cute.
people in a band. So over there it's like, oh my god, you're in a band. But
A lot of venues and stuff are government subsidised as well. So
That's right,
it's-
true.
That's it.
That's why you can. And people buy T-shirts and stuff, which is like unheard of here.
Yeah.
Can you just buy something, please? Just buy something.
that's why a tenner in Starbucks, but you can't buy a CD, and it's.
That's it.
Do you see that a lot? Like people doing that?
I think it's kind of, if you think about yourself, you know it's very easy to go into somewhere like Starbucks and spend like a fortune on coffee and whatever and eats, and then you're like, sometimes if it's like £12 for a CD and then you realise that like there's so much work going into that, is worth it. Like you don't realise it. People in music don't really understand like it's like reasonable to buy a CD on, like, because it's so like accessible these days to get stuff online. It's just for free especially, and it's like there's so much hard work and money going into like the production of like CDs and cassettes and t-shirts, and people are like, it's okay, I'll get it online. So those sort of things are quite important. People forget.
I think when you're starting out, like your band is just a black hole of cash.
Yeah.
You just vanish. You just like, I need to pay for a nut. I need to pay for a video.
You're
come
telling
on,
us.
man.
Yeah,
Can someone just give us some money?
Really Scotland, fund me for life.
I know you fund this lassie from England to stay in Glasgow. Can you fund?
I was wondering how long it'd be till that came up.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I've got a theory. It's just a social experiment to see how people react to it. I don't know. I don't want to.
A wee psychologist gal over here.
I know, it's a social experiment to see how us Scottish people react to it.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, it's the kind of thing Creative Scotland would fund.
Yes.
How much like rage can you generate online?
I feel sorry for the girl as well. If it is true and she does come here, it's going to be.
She shouldn't surely be here. Was not supposed to be starting.
Oh yeah,
gonna say
sure, yeah, that's right. Okay, maybe she's got a secret identity.
Maybe we'll see her in the street or something.
Maybe at a gig.
Maybe at the gig, we'll scout her.
Shout her out on the stage.
It's a shame.
If she turns
Well,
up.
let's move on. Let's not. I don't want to get into trouble.
I'd be really surprised if she was listening, to be honest. So I guess now that you've played at festivals and all that, and you've got plans in the future, are there any bands you would really like to play with?
As in, like, would like to aspire to play with, or just. Chloe already said it. Phallus is one of the.
Yeah, definitely. That comes to Barlands, but I doubt we'll get a support slot.
Just no, I doubt even I'll get a ticket, to be honest. I can't. It might be sold out. So I think. I don't know. There's a lot of bands who we're quite friendly with. Who I wouldn't be surprised if we managed to play with them at a festival. Like even just bands in Glasgow and from over Scotland. There's so much talent, and I'd be happy to play with any of them, to be honest, because the music's great.
I
And
think my dream support slot would be La Butcheress.
La Butcheress,
came back to the UK.
They don't play them at the drive-in.
Yeah, in London, but I sold out in about 2 seconds.
Oh man, that's a bummer.
Sean's been like, can we please support them? Can we please?
Is Omar still in that band?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, double duty.
Yes.
Scary. Yeah, well, I'm going to wrap up now.
Okay,
But is there anything else you guys want to say, or anything you want to ask me before we finish?
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. So your beard.
Yeah.
How long have you grown that for? That's a quality
This
beard you've got.
This has been over 2 years,
Cracking.
but it doesn't really grow much longer than this.
No.
it's
Does your
Reaches
body
that
say,
line.
no, that's enough? It's
Oh,
enough.
pardon?
You're 30, you need to move on. Come on.
You get a beard there. Because I'm not going bald, so it only goes to a certain end.
That's it.
That's true. We were actually having this conversation today
I
about.
think Sean's going to go bald.
Eventually. So, looking at my family history from the male side of things,
I think it's the mum's side though.
Oh.
Pretty sure it's the mum's side.
And
that
Linda's
would be-
definitely got hair, so you're alright.
Sellotape on.
Because my granddad, my mum's side went bald, and I'm not going bald, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thank God for
How does
that.
that be like?
Dodge the bullet.
Anything else you guys want to say, or
No,
No, I think we're good.
cool?
it's just thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for talking to me. It's always
Okay,
cool
sorry.
to talk to bands and people and stuff, and it makes me feel like
We'll have a wee chat.
Yeah, we like to chat.
Good chat. That's the whole point of the podcast.
That's
Supposed to
it.
feel like a chat.
It's like a good chat.
I like your microphone. Okay, tell me
Tell me
your
this.
surname or something. But yeah, thanks very much.
No
guys.
worries, thank you. Bye. Bye.
It occurred to me when I was introducing that I sounded a little bit like a radio DJ, and I'm still not sure if podcasting is essentially DJing in the modern age, or if it's just a whole different thing entirely. I mean, surely it was born out of radio, but I guess you've got to have some kind of radio-ish voice if you're going to put it out, if you're going to put your voice out there. And let's be honest, folks, my voice ain't that great. So yeah, that was the Van Tees. I think that was a pretty cool interview. They're super cool people, man. They're getting, I mean, I was actually talking to somebody earlier on today about this, about how they've seen their name like pretty much everywhere, and it's true. I mean, it's kind of cool that they're not entirely sure, they're not entirely aware of how much buzz there is around them, but you know what, man, like, it's a band that's going to go places, and they've got the talent to match it, and the songs, most importantly, to match it. Like, their songs are amazing. So yeah, I think they'll go quite far. Really cool band, really cool guys. Really enjoyed that chat. I hope you enjoyed it too. That's all for this episode. I'm going to play you out now with another song from their EP. But before I do that, if you're listening to this on iTunes, please take a wee second to rate and review it. I mean, the rating and review button's right there. Just hit 5 stars, something like that. Drop me some comments, whatever. I love it. I love that shit. It's amazing. So please do that if you can. It's awesome. Now, finally, playing you out now with Van T's track. It's the final track on their EP, Laguna Babe, and it's called Another Sun. And I hope you enjoy it. It's got that really cool alt 90s vibe about it, which I just dig, you know, and I hope you dig it too. Thanks very much for listening. Until next time. Bye bye.